Alright guys, so as we know, there is going to be a new Spider-Man in the form of Tom Holland coming at us next year with his first solo film, Spiderman Homecoming, but of course audiences were introduced to his character and his version of Peter Parker and Spider-Man in this year's Captain America Civil War. However, we can't really forget what came just a couple short years ago in the form of the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, which starred Andrew Garfield in the titular role. Now, the first Amazing Spider-Man film actually debuted to a successful box office and pretty positive reviews actually back in 2012, and actor Andrew Garfield couldn't have been more excited to play the iconic hero since it's a character that he kind of grew up with and he's always loved ever since he was a child. He even dressed up as Spider-Man way back at Comic-Con 2012 and he ran up on stage and did this whole skit and everything. However, I think that the reality of the filmmaking and the process with the studio and Sony and what was going on with the franchise just kind of dampened his whole enthusiasm about playing that character quite a bit. Now, in a new interview with Variety, Andrew Garfield and Batman v Superman actress Amy Adams were asked about the process of big budget superhero films, where at times the story is more important than the characters themselves. Andrew Garfield says, quote, "There's something that happened with that experience for me where story and character were not actually top of that priority list ultimately, and I found that really tricky. I signed up to serve the story and to serve this incredible character I'd been dressing up as since I was 3, and then it gets compromised and it breaks my heart. I got heartbroken a little bit." And that's basically what he recalls, playing that character and just being in those two Amazing Spider-Man films. And obviously, from various leaks and information from Sony themselves, we knew that they were setting up a standalone Spider-Man franchise that was going to consist of, Amazing Spider-Man 3, 4, a Sinister Six film, a possible spin-off of a female character like Silver Sable or Black Cat, possibly an Aunt May solo film, a Venom film. There were just so many options they were going with. They're even going to tease the fact of bringing back Emma Stone as Carnage in Amazing Spider-Man 3 or possibly 4. We just didn't really know. I mean, there was so many ideas floating around because Sony was really trying to scramble after Amazing Spider-Man 2 really didn't perform financially where they wanted it to. And I think that was the biggest issue with that movie, is that it had just so many ideas going on with it. It just forgot to tell a actually compelling story within itself instead of trying to force so many different ideas and characters in there, setting up this entire mega universe. So, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate when you really think about it, because I actually really did enjoy Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I didn't love Amazing Spider-Man 2. I thought it was just so muddled and everything. I actually did quite enjoy the first movie though. I remember seeing that one, midnight showing, and really just coming out of the theater like, wow, that was a pretty cool take on Spider-Man. It was just so different than the Sam Raimi version of Spider-Man, but it had something that was kind of interesting and unique about it. They took Spider-Man into a sort of a more grounded approach on the character. However, the second film, they kind of went the opposite direction, tried to go more comic booky, and it didn't really work for a multitude of reasons, like I said. But I don't know, I just want to hear what you guys think about Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and how he was really heartbroken about the whole process and what had happened with those Sony Spider-Man films. And also let me know down below if you guys actually would have wanted to see that franchise continue, because as you know, we would have gotten Amazing Spider-Man 3 I believe in July of this year actually. So we've come quite far actually since the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, and of course we're getting a new rebooted Spider-Man franchise next year like I mentioned earlier. So be sure to leave all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you feel for Andrew Garfield, and what were your thoughts on the whole franchise as a whole? Also, if you guys are new to the channel and you like this video, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys next time.